Okay, you can't really read that because it's the sun's hitting it, the reflection, but it's called the Boulders. It's here in Redmond, and we're looking at asphalt repair. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is something I'd like you to have separate on the quote, and that is it'll be the work for 2020. So we're going to have two asphalt quotes. We're going to have 2019 repairs and 2020 repairs. So we're up here, we're down at Northeast 82nd Street here at the Boulders. These are condominiums. Okay, and we're going to start right here. We're going to take just a 1 foot, actually more than that, 2 foot. Do a 2 foot cut on both sides. Take this out. So 2 foot by 20 foot, which means we go from the stop bar here all the way down to that metal grate there, or that metal lid, 2 by 20, and then we'll paint back with paint and make that reflective paint. So glass bead, we'll paint all this in. That's a 30-foot stop bar, 12-inch by 30-foot stop bar. Right now it's plastic, but we're gonna bid to remove and replace the asphalt, 3-inch depth, and then paint back the crosswalk bar there. Just all white paint with reflectorized glass bead. Okay, so as I'm showing you these 2020 repairs, I also want to point out that we're going to be doing a crack fill, seal coat, and stripe bid on this too. So you can see we got yellow curbing, which the yellow curbing doesn't look too bad as far as cleanliness. Actually looks okay. Looks like it was probably painted about a year ago. Speed bumps, a little rough. So 2020 patch right here. Okay, this is going to be a 2 by 2 by the catch basin. Then you've got this area right here that's raveling. You see it's like it raveled a little bit. This is a 2020 patch. So we're going to go L-shaped over into the parking stall and down. Okay, so we've got 16 feet there and over to here. So we got a 16 by, it's a 22, 16 by 22. So it comes all the way over to here. Okay, 16 by 22. We're just gonna do one big rectangular area here. We're gonna try to cut a little bit down here. So that's why I added a little extra. But 16 by 22, all the way over. Correction, wrong measurement. So we're gonna go 22 by 25 right here, 22 by 25. That means we're partially going into those two stalls and then into that third one. 22 feet, coming out 25 feet, down and across. Customer knows that this whole drive aisle needs to be repaired, so they'll probably get to that kind of quote in the future. And he knows that, you know, by only doing some of this, it really doesn't help a whole lot when you've got areas up here that are going to be flowing underneath. But it's all they got in their budget. Okay, so there's white painted curb and yellow painted curb. There's 8-inch visitor stencils. There's 12-inch numbers in here that go all the way up to about 130. So there's like 130 stalls in here. You got an 88 stencil. That's blue background with white border. 60 feet of crosshatch over there. Okay, so I'm just pointing that out right now. The words reserved in here. I'll be getting you quantities for all the reserve stencils, the visitor stencils, the stall numbers, and the parking stalls. 18-inch, no parking fire lane. You got some that are only 12-inch, but those are incorrect. It should be 18-inch. Yeah, they were supposed to be 18-inch on here, okay? So let's make sure that we include 18-inch. You can see all this is damaged here, but we're not replacing that right now. They don't want to replace that. You've got crosswalk bars that'll have in the bid. I'll include that. Those bars are 2 feet wide. Okay. We get up here next to stall 25 and 26. This is a 2019 repair. And it's going to be to basically go from the corner of that curb over to that curb, that corner, and then from the corner of that curb straight down here to that first stall line, come all the way down past the speed bump, past this first stall, and about halfway into the second stall here where 122 is. Actually, I take that back. We're going to stop right there at that stall between 121 and 122. Be a straight line going across to the other stall lines and then up to the curbing. We're going to have to remove and replace this speed bump, which is 3 inches tall, 3 feet wide. Okay. We're going to go 3-inch depth on everything, remove and replace. So this whole area is a 46 by 24. 46 by 24. You got 2 6-inch water lids here. So you got iron right there. We're going to go straight across from that first stall line at 121. Come across over here to this stall line. Make our way up to that curb there on the corner. And we're actually wrapping around this curb here to right about there at that corner here at stall 27. We're going from here straight over above this area right here, and then kind of go right down along the curbing and then straight across to that stall line and over. 46 by 24. Okay, so that's a 2019 repair. Gonna put that speed bump back in, rip out all that asphalt right there, put it back in as new. Okay, so that's 2019. Okay, 2020. This goes on the 2020 bid. From this sewer lid here, we're gonna go just past it, straight across this whole drive aisle and all the way up. We're actually gonna wrap around this curb right here until you get to where it says 85. We're gonna go right off the corner of that up to the curb right there, and then we're gonna go all the way up beyond that, replace this speed bump. I'm gonna do this whole thing here. So you got 2 speed bumps to replace, 3-inch tall. So these speed bumps, 22 feet by 3-inch tall, 22 feet by 3 inches tall. Gotta repaint it yellow. All the painting is going to be part of the seal coating next year anyways, but you know, this is a 2020 patch, so we would patch this first, seal coat it, and then come back and stripe it on this 2020 patch. So like I said, come across here, this is 22 feet. Okay, so now I'm at the top. It's 130 feet from that sewer lid down there all the way up here, and right at the property line you can see there's a pin there. That way, going all the way across over to here, straight shot right above this repair area. We're gonna get that right here, stop here, go around and all the way down. Okay, that was 22 feet wide by 130. Okay, 130 by 22 all the way down, and the property line stops right here. There's a kinder care right there. This is a different property, so we can't use really any of this area right here because it's a different property. There's no reserved stalls right there right now, so I mean there's a chance that we could use this for staging here at the top since it's not reserved parking. Okay, something to keep in mind. There's also room up here on the far end on the top of the property where we can park and stage our equipment. Catch basin in that repair, catch basin right there. So there's 2 catch basins in this repair, and we don't have to do anything with the actual catch basins. They all seem pretty good, but we do have those within the path here. Okay, 3-inch depth on this. And that's your 2020 patches. So this really big one here, the one down at the very bottom that I showed you, and then the one at the very entrance at the bottom with that crosswalk bar. All these other areas they're gonna have to just deal with at a later time when the funds are there. All right, we need, for the seal coating, power washing. We'll definitely need a day, 1 day of power washing in here. As far as crack fill, I'm not going to suggest doing any crack fill on here because I think it's a waste of money. I don't think it's going to serve any good purpose. So I'm going to exclude the crack fill, and I'll explain to them why. Because it just really won't stop the asphalt from getting damaged further. The seal coat's going to make it look nicer and help preserve it a little bit. But the crack fill won't. There's too many areas of alligator cracking. Okay, that's it. I'll provide the quantities for the seal coat and striping. But those are the asphalt quantities for 2019 and 2020. And that should do it. Okay, any other questions? Let me know. Oh, there's 2 entrances there at the bottom and then one at the top.